ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरम्। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी राधा कृष्णा मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी गोवर्धन धारी राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी राधा मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी मुरलीधर शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी करुणा सागर कृष्ण कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी करुणा सागर कृष्ण कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी माधव मुरारी राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी। बोलिए राधावर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। In this fourth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is first talking about the glory of this knowledge, talking about the entire parampara through which this knowledge has been uh, passed, and hearing that Bhagavan Sri Krishna was the ultimate source of this knowledge, Arjuna says, how can you be? Because you were just born few months before I did, and this knowledge you say has been there since the beginning of creation. And then Bhagavan Sri Krishna talked about himself, saying that, oh Arjuna, both of us have been born several times. The only difference is I know, you don't. This is the difference between a Jiva and Ishvara, the individual being and the Lord. That knowledge is there in the Lord, and the individual is devoid of knowledge, is ignorant. Bhagavan says, my birth is not like your birth. I choose when, where, how to manifest. I am not bound by that manifestation. And he talks about the very important concept of avatara. And he says, whoever understands the greatness or the divinity of my birth as well as my actions, such a person will be liberated. So the glory of the birth was indicated, and after that, about the action, he said, this whole system that is established in this whole universe, following which the entire nature, it always follows and everything is set in motion. All this I have done, yet I have done nothing. So I seem to be the doer, because without me nothing is possible, but I have not actively done anything. I have not got involved. What is this understanding? So he elaborates about that, which is in the most important verse of this chapter, that is the 18th verse, where he says, the one who is able to recognize inaction in action and action in inaction, karma in akarma, akarma in karma, such a person only is wise. What is this karma akarma? We saw that supreme consciousness which never undergoes any change, which never acts, pervades every element of the universe, which is constantly in motion. So, in this entire universe of actions, the one who is able to see in action, that is that consciousness, that touch of life, and to be able to see this whole universe contained in that very consciousness, that Brahman. To be able to have this vision, Bhagavan says this is the highest vision of knowledge. So one who is endowed with this vision, Bhagavan says, he may keep performing actions, he may appear to be performing actions, but actually he is established in inaction. He is actually not doing anything. Action binds because of our own likes and dislikes, because of our own identification. A person endowed with this supreme vision of knowledge is not bound by any action, nor is he or she bound by any result of that action. So such a person is ever liberated. Even while acting, he is not bound. He is not acting. And then talking about this whole thing, towards the end of this description, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said that such a person keeps performing action as a yajna. Now, what is this performing action as a yajna? So then in the 24th verse, Bhagavan said, what is this yajna? All the factors and elements involved in the yajna, whether the instruments, the offering, the fire in which it is offered, the person who is offering, the result for which it is being offered, all this is that one supreme reality, that one consciousness alone. Being able to see that everywhere, throughout all actions and in every part of the action, the person is liberated. Such a liberated person doesn't have to imagine any such thing. He sees it as a matter of fact. But that which is effortless for a wise person is the effort or the sadhana for a seeker. So therefore, Bhagavan says, this ultimate goal, this ultimate supreme vision of knowledge, which was indicated as Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam. How do I reach that goal? That supreme yajna. How do I reach that goal? So he says, there are preparatory steps also. And those are also yajnas only. What is this yajna? The spirit of cooperative endeavor. When everyone comes together, gives their own contribution towards a common noble goal, because of which something great is achieved for the well-being of all. This is called the spirit of yajna. With this spirit of yajna, any action that is undertaken becomes a preparatory step towards that goal, that vision of seeing that one in the many and seeing this many contained in the one alone. This supreme vision can be brought about by preparing ourselves through, he said, Daiva Yajna, the worship of the Lord through an idol, through a ritual, Daiva Yajna, or Brahma Yajna, the highest vocation of life, meditation, contemplation, where I understand the witness which is pervading this body, which is aware of all the actions and experiences of this individual, is the same as the infinite substratum of this entire universe. This oneness, to be able to internalize and experience that effort put in that direction, is called contemplation or meditation. That is called here as Brahma Yajna. So Daiva Yajna, Brahma Yajna. Then, so the first step and the last step have been given, and now many such yajnas in between as well. So here he is saying, for example, even the sense perception, that is so effortlessly happening all the time. But even perceiving the sense objects through the sense organs can happen as a yajna. It is only the spirit. So if I am able to consider all the sense objects as the offering, the sense organs as the fire, and every perception as this ritual of yajna, which means what is happening? I am careful about every perception, what is entering me through these windows of the sense organs. So I am able to take care of the quality of the input that I get. That is through this yajna of perception. And how do I monitor the quantity of such perceptions? Because even if it is good, but if I go beyond the limit, then it turns out counterproductive. So how do I monitor the quality? So he's saying this perception also, all these different sense organs, they are also with restraint, with self-control. So this ability to perceive and maintain purity of all perceptions, and also have self-restraint so that I don't go overboard even in any kind of indulgence or any kind of experiences, that is also a yajna which we can do effortlessly, which means this is not a particular ritual that he is talking about. Every action, day-to-day life, can become a yajna. It can become a preparation for that final goal, that supreme knowledge. So, after that, he also says that all these different actions, the responses to various stimuli that I carry out through the karmendriyas or the organs of action, like the speech, hands, legs, etc., and also the physiological functions that are maintaining the body, to be able to have self discipline so that these also don't go overboard. They are also maintaining their balance, their good health. To be able to live like that, that is also a yajna. So self discipline, even to the extent of the physiological functions. My breathing also is balanced. Circulation. This entire lifestyle, nowadays everything is lifestyle issue, lifestyle problem, lifestyle. But what is it affecting? It is affecting these physiological functions. Either circulation or respiration or digestion. All these are this is all the pranas. This is the function of the pranas. So these are the ones which are being affected. How do I maintain? Even my karmendriya, jnanendriya, all my sense organs, the organs of action, they also have to have some kind of discipline. This basic disciplines, this also sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare atma sanyama yogagno juhvati jnana deepite. So this was the last verse that we saw, verse number 27. Then further, so now Bhagavan has already given 5 different yajnas as preparatory means. Now in the next verse, the 28th verse, he is giving 5 more in that one verse itself. He says, Dravya yajnastapo yajnaha yoga yajnastatha pare स्वाध्याय ज्ञान यज्ञाश्च यतयः संशितव्रताः. Yatayah, all these people who are putting in a lot of effort, these people, samshitavrataha, they are all their vows, their the rules that they are following, the disciplines that they are following, they are all very, very diligently following this, very sincerely following this. What are these different types of yajnas? 5 are mentioned in this verse. One is dravya yajna. Dravya means any matter, anything. But here specifically, dravya means wealth, money. So dravya yajna means what? All those actions where I spend money in the attitude of yajna. Money can be spent, or money's destination or money's destiny is considered to be 3. Any 3 of these things can happen to wealth. One is bhoga. Bhoga, indulgence. So for me. Second is nasha. It gets destroyed. Destroyed means either it is stolen or something, some valuable is there, it gets destroyed because of any natural or man-made reasons. And third is dana, gifting, sharing, charity. So these are the only 3 possible ways money can go from us. Bhoga, nasha or dana. These are the only 3 possible ways. Now, if we say nasha, nasha means it is of no use to anyone. Nobody is able to, it is destroyed. The destruction is no use to anyone. Okay. Bhoga, it is only for me. And if I use it for my own indulgence, who will draw the line? And if there is no line drawn, it is again going to destroy me. In Nasha, only wealth was destroyed. In Bhoga, I am also destroyed along with wealth. What is third? Dana. Sharing that wealth. Dana, nowhere in the scripture has been said that you should, no, you should go hungry and then you should help others. Nowhere it has been said. Although there have been great people who have done that. But the point is, whatever we have, it is possible to share a little. Whatever it is possible, we share. So, this, if we see, it helps others. It itself is not getting destroyed. It is for the well being of others. And when I share, my joy is multiplied. So, it is benefiting me also. This is the Dravya Yajna. And it is said in our culture, certain festivals or any festival for that matter, during festivals, it is good to share your wealth. Or sometimes we go to some places of pilgrimage, it is said there you should do dana. So the idea is, it is not that when you go on a pilgrimage, only then you should share your wealth. It is not like that. But the idea is, at least that time you share your wealth. If not regularly, at least those occasions you share your wealth. So dhanam. So whichever way, but if the attitude is, I am someone, I am helping you, you are in such a pitiable state, with my wealth you will come up in life. With that, if we do, it is not yajna, because it is only nourishing my ego. That is no yajna. Here, dravya yajna means the attitude is, oh Lord, I am grateful to you that you have given me this opportunity to share my wealth with someone. And even better is, oh Lord, thank you for coming in this form to accept what I have to offer to you. So if this kind of attitude is there, then it becomes yajna. Why? Because it is offering to the Lord, offering to something noble, something greater. So, dravya yajna. Then, tapo yajna. Tapo yajna. Tapo yajna means what? Whatever tapas. Now, what is tapas? Tapas means any action that is undertaken to push myself out of my comfort zone is called tapas. Any conscious action that is undertaken to bring me out of my comfort zone is called tapas. And as a result of this tapas, what happens is, all my senses, my mind, and all become single pointed. That is why it is said the single pointed of senses and mind is called the greatest tapas. So this kind of tapas, and comfort zone, where is the comfort zone now? Mind thinking of 20 things at a time, that is what I am used to. That is my comfort zone. Simplicity is not comfort zone, unfortunately, for us today. Complexity is my comfort zone. So if somebody says, simple, sit down, close your eyes, say Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, all your problems will go away. What? It will go away. You have any more questions to ask? Yes, I have. What? Nearby any other guru available? I want to change the guru. Because what are you saying? Just say Shri Krishna Sharanam. How will that happen? Then this guru was also very compassionate. So he said, this fellow, where I will send him? So better, he said, tomorrow another Mahatma is coming. You go and come tomorrow. And then he only changed, disguised and sat down there. And then he came. So then he said, ask the same question. What should I do? Problems. So he said, get up early morning, 3:30, Brahma Muhurta. Then go to the river and take 3 dips. But it will be so cold. Colder the river, better it is. Go. Then, okay, wait, can I note down? Note. Then, with the clothes which are dripping wet. Oh, I cannot wipe myself dry. No, if you wipe, everything will go away. Okay. Then come, sit down. How do I sit? Face east. Okay, I face east. But how should I sit down? Sit on only your left side. Right side should be up. And half an hour later you can change. Okay. Then close your eyes. Okay. Then write carefully. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Okay, written. This you say. Okay. How many times? Half an hour you have to say. Oh, okay, half an hour. Then left side over, then right side half an hour more you have to say. Oh, okay. By this, all problems will go away. Everything will go away. Don't worry. Thank you. You are a great Mahatma. Yesterday, someone was there. I don't know who he is, but he did not know these things. But you are really great. Ultimately, what did he say? Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama only. Solution is that much only. But if we have all these complexities, then we say, this is good. Simplicity is not our comfort zone, unfortunately. So anything straightforward, Bhagavan says, doesn't work. So you have to say, this is okay, very good. So anything, so this is tapas. So single pointedness of the mind, tapas. Think of one thing at a time, tapas. That needs effort. But scattering it everywhere, that anyway we are doing every day. We are experts. You want guidance how to scatter your mind everywhere? I will give you. I know it very well. So, that tapas also, even this self-denial, self-discipline, this practice, this also has to be done in the spirit of yajna, that I am doing it for that attainment of that supreme vision. I am doing it as an offering to the Lord. It is not for getting some siddhis and all that I'll be able to fly in the air and walk on water and all. I am not interested in all those things. Because sometimes some tapas and all, some yogic practices and all, and say, if I do this, then will I get siddhi? Yeah, you will get, okay, I want to fly in air. You just book a ticket. Why do you have to do tapas for years together only to fly in air? You can do that by just spending some money. Unnecessarily wasting. So this is not the purpose of tapas or any sadhana. So tapo yajna, this also, tapas also to be done in that spirit of yajna. Then yoga yajna, all yoga practices. Yoga practices, basically we are all very familiar with different types of asanas and pranayama. That's all. Actually yoga has yama niyama first. Self-discipline is first. After that comes asana pranayama. But we know only asana pranayama. After pranayama also something is there. Yeah, of course something is there. That all, let me do this much. This is good enough. But even if whatever we are doing little bit also, that also if we do as an offering. Yajna. I am doing it as an offering to a greater goal, dedicated to a higher altar. Then that yoga also becomes yajna. Tatha pare. Then swadhyaya yajna. What is swadhyaya yajna? Here swadhyaya means self-study. But here specifically, swadhyaya means to be able to even read or chant parayanam, path. That is called swadhyaya here. So chanting of the Vedic mantras, chanting of the Bhagavad Gita, stotram, all these things. This is also swadhyaya. So every day, little bit of swadhyaya. I chant Hanuman Chalisa every day. I chant Sundarkand every day. That is also daily some parayanam I do, Rudram, Chamakam, etc. So all these different types of chanting. Swadhyaya Yajna. And this also to be done as dedicated to a higher altar. Jnana Yajna. See, this is the place from where Puja Gurudev popularized this word, Jnana Yajna. That he used this Jnana Yajna as the name for the discourses, the series of discourses that he used to give. Because it is done in the spirit of Yajna. And what is Jnana Yajna? In the fire of knowledge, the ignorance is burnt. So then only the light of knowledge remains after that. That is called Jnana Yajna. So even the discourses that Gurudev used to give, he named it as Jnana Yajna. Even now we call it as Jnana Yajna because it is done in the spirit of worship of the Lord. Someone asked Puja Gurudev, one young child, Gurudev, my parents always tell me that I should sit and do puja every day, I should worship the Lord. I don't see you doing any puja. That time Gurudev said, every day I do puja. 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. every single day, wherever I am, in whichever city, whichever country, I do puja. The Yajnashala, the hall, is my temple. The audience, the listeners, the seekers are my Bhagavan. The talk, the discourse that I give is my mantra. So I conduct this worship every day. That is why it is Jnana Yajna. So not just in the sense of ignorance being destroyed in the fire of knowledge, but also the attitude is the worship of the Lord. Swadhyaya Jnana Yajnascha. All these are also undertaken by various seekers to get as a preparation to get that supreme vision of knowledge of oneness in all this. Not only that, now he is saying, he said perception can be yajna, sharing your wealth can be yajna, any type of sadhana, the tapas, etc. can be yajna. Now he is saying the next yajna that he is going to point out in the next verse. This is all of us, only the attitude if we change, we are already doing this. Really? Yes. Every day. Choicelessly we are doing. Effortlessly we are doing. What is this? We will read the verse number 29. Apane juhvati pranam. Prane apanam tatha pare. प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणाः. He says, apane juhvati pranam. This prana, this is in the language of pranayama. Earlier he said yoga yajna, the general term. But now specifically he is saying this pranayama means just breathing. How can breathing be a sadhana? Breathing be an exercise? Are we even aware of breathing? And breathing is so vital that it is connected to the body also and it is connected to the mind also. It has such an important place. So, apana means breathing out. Prana means breathing in. So, apane juhvati pranam. Once one has exhaled, then inhalation takes place. This inhalation is a yajna. So, as though in the fire of exhalation, I am offering the inhalation. This is my oblation. That way. So, this is called in the language of pranayama as puraka. And prane apanam. And after inhalation, I also exhale. So, this exhalation is called rechaka. So, inhalation, exhalation. And in between these two, prana apana gati ruddhva, having stopped inhalation and exhalation, that also is a state which is called holding the breath or kumbhaka. So after exhalation, if we hold the breath, it is called bahya kumbhaka. After inhalation, if it is held, then it is called antah kumbhaka. So this holding of breath. So inhalation, holding of breath, exhalation, all this also, which means this is what we do every day, every moment. This also can be a yajna, this can be a sadhana. I am not able to do, I am not well, I am lying in the bed. But are you still breathing? Oh, yes, of course, I am breathing. That can be your sadhana, that much also. How? Mind. First, awareness. And along with awareness of the breathing, what happens? When we are inhaling, that inhalation, I offer to a higher altar. Holding, I offer to the higher altar. Exhale, I offer to the higher. Yajna. Pranayama parayanaha. These are the people who are performing pranayama. So whether we are sitting down and consciously performing, or even the normal breathing that is happening, if we do it more consciously, breathe deeper, with more calmness, peacefully, if I can do that pranayama parayana, such people, they are also doing this yajna only. This is also preparatory means. And because it is connected both to the body as well as the mind, such regulated breath, we find that the mind immediately calms down. And when the mind is calmed down, then having that vision of knowledge, understanding what the scriptures say, having that clarity, that becomes very easy. So, pranayama parayanaha, apane juhvati pranam, prane apanam, tatha pare, pranayama gati, pranapana gati ruddhva, pranayama parayanaha. Such people also are there. Then one more very interesting yajna, next one. Not very difficult. What is it? Apare niyataharaha प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति सर्वेप्येते यज्ञविदः यज्ञः क्षपितकल्मषाः यज्ञः क्षपितकल्मषाः. Apare, some other seekers, they also do this as a yajna, as a worship of Lord. What is this? Niyata aharaha. Very interesting. Ahara. Ahara, the direct meaning is food intake. But ahara also means any intake. So any intake, even through the senses. But the senses have been talked about earlier, because it has been mentioned earlier. So therefore here it is specifically talking about the food only. Niyata ahara. Ahara shuddhi, the purification of the food intake itself, is a big yajna. It is a preparatory means. Niyata ahara. It is not anahara. It is not that you don't eat at all. It is not ati ahara also, that you keep on eating. Sadahara. What are you doing? Eating. Okay, should I call after 10 minutes? Why? So that you finish eating. 10 minutes? No, I am not finishing to eat. Then, okay, half an hour? No. Then, when I sleep, that time I don't eat. I think so. I don't know. So, this ahara, it is not neither of the extremes. Niyata ahara. Niyata ahara, as much as it is required. Niyata aharaha. Those people who have as much as it is required. Pranan praneshu juhvati. Through that, what happens? Through that regulation of food intake, all the physiological functions also balance out automatically. And that is why, whenever a doctor also will go there, take a complete blood checkup, when you get the test reports, and they say, you have to do two things. What? One, food. Control your food. Okay. Second, exercise. These two. Then all these parameters will balance out. So, but anyway, I have to do. And why am I doing? Out of fear. Well, now, if I don't do now, doctor says, if you don't do now, you can't be even lifted to the and brought to the hospital. It will be difficult to lift you up also. You'll have to get a crane. Because you're already now itself you are difficult to kidnap. Later, even lifting also will be difficult. So, let us, you have to do something. Ultimatum from the doctor. Out of fear, we do it. But here Bhagavan is saying, do it as worship. Do it as an offering to the Lord. Do it with cheer, not with fear. Nicely, happily, with understanding. Apare niyataharaha pranan praneshu juhvati. Sarvepi ete yajna vidaha yajna kshapita kalmashaha. All these, so whatever enumeration of so many different types of yajnas, all these are options given to us. It is not that you have to do only this and there's only one path and you can't do here. It is your supermarket. Whatever you want to start with, start. And some of this already Bhagavan is saying you're doing. Just have the right attitude. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to spend separate time. Whatever you're doing, just have that right attitude. And it becomes worship, it becomes sadhana, it becomes a preparatory means to reach that ultimate goal. Therefore, Sarve Pete, all these people, whoever means, these people means what? Who are following one of these yajnas at least in their day-to-day lives, such people, yajna vidaha, they have knowing what it is and they are proceeding on the path. Yajna kshapita kalmashaha, these people are freed from all types of afflictions because of following these yajnas. So actually speaking, if we have to think about all these different types of sadhanas that has been given, in today's modern terminology, if we have to say, this is called lifestyle adjustment. This is not specific activity that is being talked about. Just the lifestyle. Saying align your lifestyle. Modern context, we are only talking about lifestyle with respect to physical health and to some extent mental health. That's all. But here he is saying spiritual well-being and ultimate goal of life can be attained by just aligning our lifestyle. And small adjustments, it's not something extraordinary that is being expected out of us. It's small adjustments, do this much at least. So, sarvepyete yajna vidaha yajna kshapita kalmashaha. Through this path of yajna, all these seekers, they will be freed from all afflictions, all sorrow, all bondage, everything that is limiting us. The only way of freeing ourselves is this kind of lifestyle. And it is so scientific, so logical. So, having said this, now Bhagavan is saying this much. I have already said so much, but still, Bhagavan says that in your language also I have to say something. Hey, Bhagavan, what my language means? What? Your language means, after saying so much also, you will ask me, but doing all this, what will I get? So what have I been saying all these things? Bhagwan, it is not very clear. What will I get, you tell me? Because the way you are talking, you are saying that you will be freed. You will lose all the sorrow. You will lose. So you are talking the language of losses only. That this will go away. This will go away. This will go away. Will I get something or not? So Bhagavan is saying, I will tell you what will you get if you follow this. And one more thing I have to tell you. What? And if I don't say that, you may not be inspired to do this. I said, what is that? What are you going to tell me? I also have to tell you, if you don't do, what will happen? You do this, you will get this, or else. That also is required. That is true, Bhagavan. You know me very well, Bhagavan. Yes, I know you very well. That is why I have to tell you. So, in the next verse, both this, one is an incentive to help us move in the direction, and other is also warning. If you don't do, okay, I will do. So, what is it? He's saying, यज्ञशिष्टामृतभुजः यान्ति ब्रह्म सनातनम् नायं लोकोऽस्त्ययज्ञस्य कुतोऽन्यः कुरु सत्तमा. He's referring to these seekers who are walking this path with this beautiful word, Yajna Shishta Amrita Bhujah. Bhujah means the one who is eating, having. Now, what is he eating? Amrita, nectar. He's eating nectar. Seeker, yes. What type of nectar? Yajna Shishta. Shishta means that which is remaining. Yajna Shishta means that which is remaining after Yajna. So the one who is having, accepting, taking for himself that which is remaining after the performance of Yajna. For example, when we eat food, so here it is said that offering of food also is Yajna. Now when we are offering food to the Lord, we pranaya swaha, panaya swaha, etc. We offer food, and after that offering, then we take it. So while offering, we say this is naivedyam or bhoga, samagri, these are all different words. So this is an offering. But then after the offering, when we receive it back, it is coming from the Lord. And that is called prasad. Prasad has two meanings. One is purified, that is called prasad. And prasad means prasannata, means purification as well as cheerfulness. So that satisfaction, that fulfillment, that is prasad. So after offering, whatever is remaining, when I receive it, I feel fulfilled. That is called Yajna Shishta Amrita Bhuja. That is nectarine. That is why there are many people we would relate to, will understand that, helping others, feeding others, doing something for others, and then after that only they will themselves do things for themselves. So it will be like first for everyone. Even in the household, the lady of the house first takes care of the needs of everyone, and after that sits down and then eats. So this is what she gets, no one else has got. Because what is she having? Yajna Shishta. And that is nectarine. So Yajna Shishta Amrita Bhujaha, those people who are walking this path, performing these yajnas and receiving the prasada of yajna. whether it is the result outcome of self control, outcome of pure perceptions, outcome of sharing of money, outcome of anything. As a result, whatever I get, that prasada, such a person who is living such life, even there are so many villages even today in India, they have this uh, custom, many homes have this custom, that first they will feed a guest, a stranger, only then the family will eat. It is even today there are people who follow this. So the people, if they don't have anyone visiting them, or they will go out, look for someone. Is there someone who would please come to our place, have food? So it is not that somebody is, even now, after moving to bigger cities and all these things, what has happened is, now anybody comes home, we ask, will you have food? And with that expression, don't say yes, because we don't have for you. Will you have food? Say, no, 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 I have eaten and come. Ah, good, sit down, I will eat and come. Earlier, it was considered a crime to ask. In our childhood and all, if we ask, will you have water? It was like we used to get scoldings. What are you doing? You should not ask. You should not ask means what? Just go and offer. Don't ask. So that kind of, so someone who is performing, doing this kind of, living this kind of life, sharing with others, doing something for others, only then I will have for myself. Such people, yanti brahma sanatanam. Such people will reach that Brahman, that infinite reality, which is sanatanam, which is timeless, which is beyond time. So people who live a life of yajna, whose lifestyle is aligned to this, they will reach, they will attain that supreme, infinite, eternal Brahman, that reality. This Bhagavan is promising that you live like this. Anything you choose from this, so many things I have given you. You choose whatever you want to choose. But you will reach, you will attain. So, what kind of promise is this? It is very interesting. The principle, actually, in general, the principle is you can never attain infinity through finite means. And this we all understand. It's a very logical thing. You don't need a principle for that. It's very logical. That you take a bucket and go to the ocean and bring the ocean home. Is it possible? The ocean is infinite. A small bucket cannot contain the entire ocean. It is not possible. So how can we bring something infinite through the finite? Infinite can never be attained through the finite. That is the principle. But here Bhagavan is promising. He is saying, you do this yajna. What is it? Small, small acts. Align your attitudes. Adjust your lifestyle. Simple, small things, which is extremely finite. And what is the gain? Brahma Sanatanam, infinite. In the beginning of Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji beautifully puts it. He says that what is this sadhana that Bhagavan is saying? He says that it is alpa prayasam, analpa phalam. He says the effort that is put in is very small, very limited. Alpa prayasam. But what we gain as a result is infinite. Analpa phalam. So here, Bhagavan is also saying that uh, anybody who lives this kind of life of yajna, only taking things for themselves after having offered to the Lord, to the society in whichever way, such a person will reach that infinite reality, this eternal reality. That's a promise. And The other side also. If one does not follow this, ayajnasya, someone who is not following this life of yajna, for such a person, ayam lokah nasti. There is no joy and peace even in this lifetime, in this world. Now also, we all understand, after having understood these yajnas, we know if we don't adjust our lifestyle, we can't be happy even today in this world, in this lifetime. How can we be happy? Some or the other disease, some or the other problem, some or the other conflicts, internal, external, everything. So if we are not able to live this life of yajna, ayam lokaha pinasti. There is no joy in this world also. This world also is not meant for such a person. Ayajnasya. So he is saying kutonya kuru sattama. Then how is it, what to talk of anything greater for that person? Even here he can't live a peaceful and happy life. What to talk of any greater achievement? Nothing great is going to be achieved by a person who is not even aligning his lifestyle to a yajna type of lifestyle, a healthy life. So then what to talk of, say, anything great? So nothing is available for such a person. So this final verse, we have been told that if you do this, very good results. But if you don't do this, even here you can't be happy. So the wise thing to do is follow. I am ready to follow. After reading this, of course, I am ready to follow. But I have some questions. Now, after saying all this, also you have questions. What is it about? Um, by doing this, how will I get that eternal Brahman? How is that possible? Krishna Bhagavan says, I will tell you, but tomorrow. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ